Hello, it's John Pollock.
And Wai Ting.
And we are coming at you live from our Review A WAI studio.
Yeah, the new Review A WAI studios.
It's brand new, everyone. It's
you know what? Let's show
wonderful.
people.
Well, give them a tour.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what did you do?
Sorry. Here it is.
It's beautiful. Look at that. A television, computers, microphones. No one cares. Let's get into questions, Wai. Questions.
Not that exciting.
We are going to start off with who? With what question?
Well, of course, you can always post your questions for Ask A WAI at live or lawradio.proboards.com.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
How many websites do you need? You got to remember them all.
Just one. Our first question from Mim.
Mim.
What is your favorite dinosaur, John?
Velociraptor.
I was going to say the same thing.
Fuck.
I swear.
They're not around anymore, so it doesn't really matter.
Dennis Amaya wants to know, what is a typical day at work like for you, John, and myself?
Well, every day is kind of different. It depends on what's happening. Let's go through today, which would be Friday, May the 18th. I got into work this morning at around 9 o'clock, and what did I do? I basically was just getting ahead on stuff that I'm going to need done for this weekend for the law. Mm-hmm. Then you came in to do, first we interviewed Nate Milton, and then we did the podcast. Usually we do that Thursdays, but we did that on Friday. Then it takes me usually about a half hour or so to find clips and music and edit the whole podcast together and upload it. That took me until around 12:30ish. And then we had Sebastian Suave from the independent circuit came in to do a chat, and that interview is probably up online right now. So I did that interview. That was about an hour. Edited that. Then I had some lunch. And then Wai was like, we need to do this video blog. And I said, sure. And I realized that my BlackBerry Playbook was at home. And then later tonight, I'm going to be going out with Jason Agnew and Justin Terry and Rob Scott. That's my day. That's a typical Friday.
You know that because it just
I literally just got a message because we're recording on my phone.
Yep, that's right. Well, my work days are very much pretty similar because we do something different every week or every day. And right now, especially, we are going through a transitional period at the new office, so my days have been kind of filled with like meetings and tutorials on how to work the new gear, work the new equipment. At the same time, I'm doing a lot of editing of features. In particular, I'm working on a Olympic profile of various Canadian Olympic participants in the fight sports, in judo, in taekwondo, boxing, etc. So. And, of course, all this.
All the different sports that, when you combine, would form mixed martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Except fencing. Can't do that in MMA.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Peppers wants to know, and I don't know if you or I could even answer this, John, but where did Dan Lavransky get his nickname, The Mouth?
I think he's told this story before, that a bunch of friends gave it to him in high school, because we all assumed it was probably, from a girl or something. But it was, no, it was just he was really loud, and he got nicknamed The Mouth. So...
That's why, because he's loud, okay.
He's a loud speaker.
Nothing's...
Except for this past Sunday. He was a rough speaker this past Sunday.
Carmichael wants to know, if you and I were a tag team, what would we want our name, gimmick, and style to be? Would we be heels or faces?
See, I hate these questions. I think they're really silly because I don't want to be a wrestler, and I don't give any thought to being a wrestler. So I have no... if I gave you an answer right now, it would be insincere and nothing that I've given any thought to.
Let me ask a better question then, a modification. What if Vince McMahon was presented with me and you? How would he and the writers want to package us, do you think?
I think they would feud us together.
You would be Tensai, I would be Sakamoto.
Yes, they could go with that until I, the white man, decide to get my revenge on your people. For Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
That's probably how they would go. They would go the most direct route in Asian-Caucasian relationships, which they must all be strained because of Pearl Harbor.
Personally, I like the idea of John being the fake Asian, and I would be the fake white guy.
I could get the tire mark over my face.
Sure.
Like Tensai.
There we go.
He's not doing too well, is he?
Not right now. I mean, they pushed him to the moon, and this week it sounds like they've retooled some elements of his character.
If they I'm gonna go off on a slight tangent here, and we'll get right back to the questions. Is if they were to release A Train, Lord Tensai, tomorrow, what would your reaction be?
I'd be like, okay, I've expected it.
Would it hurt the company though?
If they released him?
Yeah,
of course not.
Exactly. Okay,
Oh.
He beat Cena and Punk clean. Okay,
Yeah.
it would mean nothing.
Nobody remembers.
Yet, Lesnar, and I'm going to go back to this many times this year, could not beat Cena because they were worried, what if this guy leaves and he doesn't get his win?
Yeah.
If Cena doesn't get his win back, it would mean jack shit right now if Tensai left without Cena or Punk getting their wins back. Those wins weren't important.
Yeah. You're not going to get an argument from anybody, I think, who watches this about whether or not that was the right decision to put
Just
Cena
some food
over.
for thought there, but let's continue onwards.
Let's go to Paul Mercedes. What do you think the WWE Revolution viral videos will end up being? Have you seen them?
I have seen them. It could be a cool way to bring in Dean Ambrose. That's what a lot of people are speculating.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that could be one direction they go with. I don't know who else you would be really setting up for.
Interesting that they decided to put that online first before on TV, which is when they usually do all this stuff. But I guess with a lot of the Ambrose push so far with the Foley thing, a lot of it has been online and towards,
All of it has, yeah.
Yeah, towards our audience, not so much the TV audience.
And he worked a dark match on Raw this past Monday. They put him over Zack Ryder.
And he'll be on the new NXT.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. From Danny Hernandez, when you first discovered the internet, what was the first wrestle scoop you found out? For example, Rick Rude's contract ending on Sunday when Raw was on a tape delay and then showing up on a live edition of Nitro. That was his. But what was yours?
Oh Jesus.
I'll tell you mine, because it was bullshit.
Mine was too actually. Now I
read some rumor that WCW was making some super stable with Sting, Goldberg, Lex Luger, and I forget who else. And like the mark that I was, this was like probably a 97 or something. I was like, whoa, this is cool. Wow, great, awesome.
I'll share two quick ones. Okay, one is what I read on the internet, and one was the best. Everyone's had this moment where they've been in line for a wrestling show or something, and there's someone behind you that knows everything and has backstage sources. Okay, so the first one was the internet one where it was right around King of the Ring 98, and if you remember, the tagline for King of the Ring 98 was "Off with their heads," and someone online reported that this slogan is the hint because Al Snow will be winning the title. Did not happen. And then the other one was I was in line for some wrestling show, and some guy was talking to his son about Owen Hart, who had recently passed away. So these two girls are in front of us, and they turn around, and they start telling this father and his kid about how, Brett's contract had just ended with WCW, and he was actually backstage at that pay-per-view and was going to return that night to the WWF.
Is that so much the internet, though, or just...
No, that's not internet. That's just someone hearing something and thinking it's fact.
Yeah.
I think there's far less stupid people now. Because
No, I wouldn't say so.
I don't know.
I don't know how many lineups we go into anymore. But
We need to go hang out with more wrestling fans at shows and just ask them what's the latest on so-and-so and see what answers we get. That'd be a fun show.
That would be. It would
Be a fun video segment.
All right, let's go to David Doofenberg, who asks, what pay-per-view concept like the King of the Ring or War Games would you like to see return?
Oh, jeez. I'm kind of... the WWE's been all about these concept shows over the last 3 years, and I can't say any of them have really... Outside of Money in the Bank, I can't think of any that have really clicked for me too
What
well.
are the concept shows that we're seeing? We're seeing gimmick match concept shows. Concept shows that are revolving around a style of match, and that's not the way I think you should do it. But
That's what War Games was.
Yeah, I suppose. But I'm thinking about King of the Ring, and I think King of the Ring is a very valuable tool for bringing up a lot of your mid-card guys and younger guys that I don't think they're utilizing.
I could see the King of the Ring coming back now with 3-hour Raws. Making that a Raw show.
I think you could even make that a pay-per-view to up the importance of something like that. But, qualifying. Like, King of the Ring, it does so many things because it elevates your young guys and it provides you with a ton of content, a ton of matches that are leading somewhere. I don't think tournaments are used often enough, especially when you have so many guys that need that identity. Are we doing another one, you think?
Sure, let's finish off with one more.
All right. Well, we can quickly answer this one. Somebody asked if we'll ever be releasing Survival of the Hitman on DVD.
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah.
Probably not.
You know what? Trust us. We've been trying. We have tried. Probably not is the answer. Okay. Have you ever considered being a pro wrestler or jiu-jitsu / Muay Thai classes? Well,
What?
you just answered if you've ever considered being a pro wrestler.
Oh, I have not ever considered being a pro wrestler.
I do have to say, me neither, but the idea of taking a class...
That I would do. I would
intrigues
love to do pro wrestling. Like, I would love to try it out for, like, one session and try it out. Be fun.
It'd be nice to work a match.
I would work a match with Wai.
Yeah, totally.
I'd put him over, too.
Ladder match.
There we go. Yeah, that's what every rookie should do in their first match, have a ladder match.
But of course, like you've taken jiu-jitsu classes. I have as well, only a couple. But yeah, jiu-jitsu's great.
I would, jiu-jitsu, I highly recommend.
Jiu-jitsu is good for...
Maybe that's what we should do. Jiu-jitsu wrestling.
That'd be very boring.
A worked jiu-jitsu match.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap us up, folks. Don't forget, Sunday night on The Law, King Mo Lawal's going to be with us, 11 Eastern on TSN Radio, and then Monday night, Wai, what's happening at the Fox and Fiddle at 535 Danforth in downtown Toronto.
John, myself, and Dan Lembrensky will be there. We will be watching Raw, a 2-hour edition of Raw.
Thank God.
And but however, we will be spending that extra hour with all of you guys doing a live edition of Review a Raw. And hopefully, those of you who decide to make it out that evening, we can even talk to you on the show, get your thoughts, live reaction, live-to-tape reaction.
So come hang out with us. Monday night, all starts around 9 o'clock, 535 Danforth Avenue, the Fox and Fiddle. Half-price chicken wings, trivia, prizes, and then you can watch us do a live edition of Review a Raw. What better way to spend your Monday night?
There's no better way.
I think House is done now. Why would you possibly stay home? That series is done.
Yeah, why would you?
Grey's Anatomy is over. They all went down in a plane.
I don't watch any of these shows, but okay.
All right.
Nice.
We'll chat with you all later, and this is going to be going up online very soon.